Okay, so I'm recording again. So this is the second video and it's the second time I've had to go over this, but here we go. I have already done this demo. I did it days ago. So we were asked to do this demo. So first of all, let me thank Emily. She's one of the PR people that we work with. Actually, a couple of years ago, she was working with the Flynn Son of Crimson team, and I had the privilege to review that game. It was really fun. You can go look at that review. You can go watch some gameplay of it as well, I believe. I might have recorded like my entire gameplay of it. Flynn, Flynn, F-L-Y-N-N, Son of Crimson. And she recently was working with this team, making Samurai Blitz EX. I saw it on Twitter a while back, quite a while back. And it looked really cool then, and we were asked to play the demo before, during the Next Fest. Actually, we were asked to play the demo before the Next Fest, which is what I did on Sunday or Monday night. I recorded myself playing 3 demos that we were asked to record and get videos up for, and the quality was so bad, I forgot to record them separately. I hadn't, streamed or recorded anything for a long time, like 6 months, and so I just kind of forgot how my kind of setup, and OBS was out of date, settings had been messed up. Sorry, there's something in my eye, I keep doing this. The settings had been messed up. I don't know if it was the thunderstorms we've been having, messing with the internet, but essentially, the stream was completely unwatchable. I recorded, it was like a 3.5 hour stream. I played Card Burners, I played Samurai Blitz EX, and I played Live. Is it like Smoke and Mirrors? I've just recorded my second Card Burners video, the good one, I guess, the one from tonight. And this is going to be my second recording of Samurai Blitz. Now, here's the problem. I wanted to get another recording of this up as soon as possible, but I was busy the rest of this week, and we've had thunderstorms that have knocked out our power for all of yesterday evening when I wanted to get this done. And so it's just been a real nightmare, honestly. It's been really crappy. And it sucks because it's not Samurai Blitz's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It just turned out that way. But it was kind of demotivating. It was a bit lame, but I still want to try and get these videos out at least for the last couple of days. The weekend of the next Game Fest, at least, right? I'm not going to be able to play all the other demos I wanted to play. I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do. But I wanted to get these 3 games out because I said I would, and I tried and failed, and now I'm trying again. Enough of that. That is 5 minutes of me rambling. I'm sweating like a madman. I just got back in from outside. It's really humid, and now I'm just kind of climatizing. But this game, I saw it on Twitter a while ago. I saw Emily kind of messaging about it, retweeting it, talking about it, and it looked cool. It looked really cool. It looked to me, I would call this a rhythm game. I know you're going to see why. And I think you would argue that it's more like it's a roguelite action platformer, maybe? I guess something like that, but a runner game, you might call it. Action runner game. 2D action runner. It's not an endless runner. It's just a runner. Like you can't really stop yourself from moving. And you've got to fight stuff. But the way that it feels like a rhythm game is, well, you're about to see. Let's just jump right in. I had a lot of fun with this demo the other day, and I'm hoping to replicate that. Obviously, the bad thing about this is you're not going to get my first impressions because I'm afraid I just can't. That's impossible now. We can't do that. So you're going to get my... I'm going to kind of go over what I felt, at least, the first time I played this, and then we can kind of do a couple of runs here. So... we can move left and right. It takes a while to move back, but it's quite fast to move forward. We can jump, and you can tell we've done our second jump because we lose the color in our cloak here. We can attack, and then we can attack, and we can do successive airborne attacks, keep you in the air. Now, do you see why it's a rhythm game? Tap, 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 tap. That's what it feels like, the whole game. RB throw kunai, so you can throw kunai and it basically targets like the closest thing to you. That green thing that you just saw me target, those you cannot hit with your normal sword. There you go, just to show you. So the only way to hit them is with the kunai, but it can be awkward because if you miss an enemy and the enemy's behind you, throwing your kunai is going to go backwards and hit them instead. So sometimes it can be quite dangerous because these green energy balls and other kind of versions of them, they are often in a row of enemies that's like enemy ball, enemy ball, enemy ball. And so it's really awkward. Sometimes it's better to just throw out a couple of kunai just to make sure you hit it. You only have 5 kunai. Unfortunately, you can't see it. It's behind my head, but it says right now 3 out of 5. And then I'm going to use 3 of them right now. Now it's 0 out of 5, and I can't use any more. But you get them back by hitting enemies. And so I'm back on 2. Now I'm on 4 because I'm killing an enemy. There's 2 of them there, and I'm hitting them both. And then RT for Samurai Arts. This is really weird. This is something I don't really like. To use the special ability, you'll see it there in the left side. It's like a water symbol. You don't press RT. You hold RT, and then you press A after you've decided which one you like. So that's fire. Air lets you fly around. And water gives us a bubble. Makes us invincible for a little while. Bubble doesn't pop. Just makes you invincible for a little while. What I don't like is I'm so used to I just want to tap it and use it. I feel like maybe there should be like the bumpers. By the way, I'm playing with an Xbox controller. I don't know what version it is at this point, but it's one with like the little golden D-pad. It's a nice controller. Not the best one ever, but it's nice. I feel like it should be you use the bumpers to change. I guess your R bumper is already used for kunai. Maybe you can use like LB and LT to like go backwards and forwards through the different versions that you have, the different super arts they're called, and then RT to just use it immediately. I don't know, it just feels weird to stop what is quite a fast game, to just stop it dead and to choose the ability that you want. It feels wrong, and so I kept doing it wrong. I kept hitting RT and then getting hit by something. But yeah, you're supposed to hold it, but I can't wrap my head around that. I'm not sure I like how that is, but we'll get used to it. So this is it's a roguelite apparently. Now we'll get into what that means later, I guess, but we're gonna do a run. So in this demo, there are different swords that I guess do different things, but none of them are in the demo. Looks to me like blood, like poison, obviously just gold, and this one, I don't know, just bubbles. And then you get to pick a mask. So a mask, it's a companion, but it reminds me of the Hotline Miami masks. So +5 max kunai. This one's pretty nice. The kunai is pretty valuable. +1 air jump. I'd never used this one, and the reason I didn't is because I feel like a game like this, I'm gonna turn my light out. I feel like a game like this, if I wanted to play it for real and I started playing with this frog, I feel like if I ever played without the frog, I would just do so poorly because I'm so used to having an extra air jump that it's kind of gonna teach me. I'm gonna build in like reflexes that are not good, right? Like bad habits. I'm gonna build them into my game plan kind of thing. So I really don't like that. This one's just an extra heart. It's the easiest one. It's the most obvious one. Let's just go with Panda for now, just so we can get through the game, because like I say, this is my second time recording. I don't want to spend the same amount of time playing again. I think I played for like an hour last time. But essentially, there are 3 worlds. We'll go through them. So we don't want out of wealth. Let's go for the water. And then we're just going to play it. So the red ones take 2. You're not going to hit every enemy. I'm sure you could if you played the level enough times. And you timed it very well. We did get that green thing, but I almost missed it. Everything's moving very fast, and I feel like I'm very close to my table. I'm gonna move back a little bit here, and that's gonna hurt me because I'm trying to move as I'm playing. But when you're moving so fast and my face is so zoomed in, I feel like I don't get a good look at the screen. So that's a little power up. We're gonna boost through. Sometimes we end up landing in a second one like immediately, which is fun. So we're on 100 combo. You see the green things? I told you sometimes you just better to use 2, right? Like straight away. We have not enough to get the attack speed up, so let's just get a heal. We'll go here. My mic is kind of in my way. Here we are. go. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. We landed in another one right away. Lovely. Okay. You see what I mean? Where the green, it's the mask and then the green and then the mask again. That's such an awkward thing to do. We want the gold so we can buy some, probably another health in this store because I've messed up so bad, but like it's one of the worst runs I've ever had. Although I still feel like I'm probably gonna win the run. Last time I died a couple of times. Learning the bosses, but essentially what I figured out is what I was trying to do is I was trying to do this and then hit the green thing with the kunai, but what I realized is that doing that is kind of dangerous because I forgot he shoots all the kunai out, so maybe I'm gonna die here. I pressed RT. I meant to press RB. He's dead. We got a heart. So let me go into what I was doing quickly before we take one of these. What I was saying is when the boss was creating the green things, I'm kind of attacking, and then I'm trying to move back a little bit, use a kunai really fast when he just creates it so that I can get straight back into attacking. And what kept happening is the timing's really awkward because even though he creates it, it's not like in the world yet. So the kunai would go through it. And so it was really hard to time it to like hit, move back, hit the green thing, unless you left like a pretty significant gap between the kind of creation of it and you throwing the kunai. So I just found that a better strategy was just to play it a little bit slower and just make sure that you attack him, just move away a little bit, attack, and you don't really need to use the kunai to destroy the green things at all. That's all I was trying to say, but things are moving so fast it's hard to explain what I'm doing and then actually be doing it. So I'm gonna get the attack speed up. Just to help us with the bosses, then we're going to jump into the next world. Look at that, it's a yokai. It's the Umbrella Yokai world. And there's a bunch of other yokais. It's just the yokai world. There's the yokai lanterns over here. Classic yokais. And these look like those unstabbable ones, I guess. The unslashables. Those are like those little weird blue bubbles, spiky bubbles in this world. Let's try and save some money up, shall we? We'll try and get another. When you're kind of underneath enemies, it's hard to get back into the rhythm because you don't want to jump up between them because you'll get hit. So it's you've got to like time when you jump up and like meet them again for the fight. Now this is tricky in this world. These like those like dash funnels, and the reason they're tricky is because there's actually, you've seen them, there's a new hazard in this level, which is holes, right? You can fall down the holes. So when it stops you, see what I did there? I didn't hit the orb that I wanted to hit. I'm just slashing, going crazy. I didn't hit the orb I wanted to hit. I don't know if you noticed it. But there were like an orb and a guy and an orb and a guy, or there were like two guys and an orb. And it kept going to the wrong thing. And so it's really easy to get hit there because you're kind of tricking yourself. You're throwing kunai thinking it's going to hit that one, and it goes to hit the thing above. And so the best thing to do is kind of just go crazy and throw all your kunai and just like start attacking and throwing your kunai. You kind of just spam it out. It's effective. And it got me through without getting hit, which is nice. But yeah, it's scary, it's tricky. That's how they get you. There's those little tricky sections like that. What I was saying, but yeah, there's also gaps in the stage you can fall between. And so if you use your second jump to get into the tunnel, and then the dash, you know, is throwing you through the level, and then it's about to drop you and you're going to fall into a hole if you don't like manage where you land, it's kind of a significant hazard you have to watch out for. So I will take another one of these. Why not take an Art of Air as well? We've got so much money. You know what? We could probably just heal up fully. I don't see why not. We've got so much money right now. The demo is only 3 stages. Like I say, I think I died on that first boss once in my actual video, my first impressions. And then I died on the second boss once. And then I don't think I died on the third boss. at all. And so maybe it was my 3rd run that I got through, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was my 4th run if I made a mistake somewhere. I can't think where I made it. But here's this yokai. So he's gonna bounce. We're gonna try and get underneath him. And then he's gonna fly up. He's gonna create some balls for us to bounce under. Creates a different one as well. There we go. Make some blobs. He's half dead. Try to hit him with some kunai there, but didn't quite manage to. Ah, he hit me then. I was trying. Oh no, I got there too early. I got a bit greedy for sure there. We got hit. I'm going to go for move speed up. Move speed's nice as well. We can control where we are a little bit better. And the last world is this kind of boar creature. You know, the mythical Japanese boar. I guess it's used quite a lot in anime and stuff. I think there's the Demon Slayer character who's got like a boar head. It's just like a mythical boar man beast, right? Like that's... I don't know what it signifies. I don't know what the story is, to be honest, but it's not an uncommon piece of Japanese mythology. Not hitting the red ones. I don't know why. I'm just not getting to them. I would like to get that gold one. The pink one's a heart. Love that. We're healed up. Now these, as you see those fangs, those are the new unslashables in this world. Stab, 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 stab. I love when it goes like up like that. You see, I did it again. I tried to use a kunai. I did it twice there. I tried to use a kunai. Why not? I don't know what Art of Wealth does. Let me try it out. It's a blast of gold. We don't want 2 shields. We're gonna just crush this anyway. Like I say, it's kind of annoying that I don't get to show you my first impressions and the mistakes that I made, right? Oh, there we go. It's gonna happen again. Straight through there. It's nice. You see, it would nearly try to drop us into a hole immediately then. We're going to use Art of Wealth. Oh, that's what it turns all the creatures into gold. That's cool. I like that. That's a cool one. I thought it was just going to give us a lot of gold. That was much more fun. So when you're in an area like with a lot of enemies, it's like you can time it to take advantage of it. That's nice. We got it. We got all through all of those then. That was nice. I'd like to get to a 200 combo, but... Does this guy make enemies? Yeah. Oh! I forgot about that. Yep. Go down, underneath. Alright, we got to 200, but we lost the combo because we waited too long between attacks, so that was a shame. This guy's going down like he has no chance. Let's be invulnerable and just go absolutely ham. Nice. So that's the end of the demo. Now, like I said, it's a real shame that you didn't get to see my failures and see me learn from the game. I was learning about my movements. I was learning about how to best kind of use your kunai, where you should use them, those kind of tricky sections where throwing a kunai at an enemy would kind of mess you up because they're kind of equally spaced and where you are between them. So it's better to throw 2 and save up on them. Just kind of that, kind of getting the rhythm of the enemies down. And so you don't get to see me learn that, but hopefully you got to see what the game's about. I really enjoy it. It's just weird because it's kind of hectic. It can be kind of hectic and fast, but at the same time it feels very peaceful because you do find this rhythm of the chop, 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 you know, and it just is a nice, when you get into the zone, it's one of those games where you really kind of become zen, you become one with the game and you just fall into it. And it's obviously, again, you can learn and overcome because I just did that again. That was my second victory, and it's I played it and I won, and I played it and I won. I feel like it's a game that you can learn the game, right? What I don't like about this demo is this. So there's 8 unique stages. I don't know what that means. I would really like to know, does that mean that one run of the game is 8 stages and you have to survive until the very end? I hope so. I hope so, because that would, obviously that's more difficult, right? And that's kind of what this needs. And we did do it with the 3 enemies there. I'm assuming it goes all the way to 8. new swords to unlock, drastically changing how you play. We saw the swords, we couldn't choose them, but it would have been nice for at least one of the other swords to have text, right, of what they do, so we know how does it change the game drastically. And then there's more companions and samurai arts. Less interesting, I feel like, than the swords, but I would, you know, seeing another companion at least and being teased with it, I think would be a better way to do that. Challenging handcrafted masteries to truly test your skill would have been nice to have like one of those to play with, just like one of the special missions. And then a permanent skill tree, that's the main thing. Now, a permanent skill tree makes this a roguelite, not a roguelike, because you don't start from scratch every time. You actually level up, you know, over time. What I would like to see is, what does that skill tree mean also? Is it extra hearts? Is it extra damage by default? Is it, you know, you start with gold? What does it mean? And how much does it affect the 8 unique stages and like doing a run? So doing a run of Hades, doing a run of and doing a run of Spelunky are two very different things, right? One's a roguelike, one's a roguelite. In Hades, you can run and die and run and die and run and die, and you get progressively stronger so that you can get through the game. Spelunky, you just have to get good at the game. And that's it. You get good or you don't ever win. And let me tell you, I love Hades, but Spelunky's it's kind of a not really fair comparison, because Spelunky might be my favorite game of all time. But I really feel like this game should be a game that I learn and master, right? It just feels like one of those games. So a permanent skill tree, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy that, or when I play this game, if I will even engage with that, unless I have to. And that's the thing, I don't know if I'll have to. Is this one of those games that is just, it's so difficult to overcome? You know, you're not really supposed to beat it without the permanent skill tree upgrades, because there's not undodgeable damage, but there's really sections that are almost undodgeable, you know, like you can't really escape them unless you play perfectly, and there's just kind of things going on in the skill tree where you're going to do so little damage to the later bosses, and their health, you know, their health bars are so big that eventually you're just going to lose to getting chipped over time. You know, eventually you're going to make a mistake because it takes so long to kill them. Is it that kind of thing where you really have to engage with it in order to win? Or is it optional? And I would just like to know this stuff. So the game as a demo to play is really fun, but the game as a demo to introduce you to the full game, I think it fails a little bit there. I would just really like to see what those things mean. I understand it's hard to do that for a demo. It's hard enough to make a demo anyway, to like rip a separate build out and cut a bunch of things out. It's really difficult, right? You're trying to build this standalone thing that's so heavily connected to the rest of the game that ripping it out is just, it's a pain and it's a lot of work. But those are the best demos. And some demos just end in a trailer for the game. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Like, you know, instead of letting you see for yourself, it's just like, now you've played it, you've earned a trailer, and this is all the cool stuff you get to do in the game. Even that would be nice here. I would just like to see what are those extra things and where does the game go from here, right? As for the game itself, I think I gave this a 4. It was just really fun. It was just fun. Definitely less fun the second time, because I do feel like I kind of just ran through that with no effort even at all. I was just talking away and just crushing it. But that came with some practice. Not much practice, but, you know, I played for an hour probably last time. And so it did come with a little bit of practice. And I guess these kind of things here add a lot of the replay value, right? Using the different swords and things like that. And obviously, if you die in the 4th level and you start from the beginning, you have to get there again. So the replay is there as well to master those early levels, save up the gold, save up the hearts, get your upgrades that you want early in order to help with those later parts of the run, right? Like, do we want more move speed, more kunai? Do we want extra hearts? Do we want what arts do we want for specific bosses, right? Just to kind of line up for them. And that's going to be a big part of it, but yeah, just running through it a second time kind of does show that it's about mastery of the game, and that's kind of where the permanent skill tree just makes me feel a little bit weird. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. Samurai Blitz EX. Very cute looking, very nice to listen to, very easy to control, but there's just kind of charming, relaxing in a weird way, relaxing in that kind of zen way where you get into a rhythm where, you know, if you lose if you lose that rhythm, you lose that kind of cadence, then you start to panic because you're like, you fall out of line with the game and you're trying to wait until you can jump back in and start it up again. And it's I don't know, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's Samurai Blitz EX. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I didn't get my first impressions out, and I'm sorry this video is late. It was just a shame. Trust me, I was more angry. I was angrier than anybody else should be, to be honest. I felt like I'd wasted my time and I'd wasted everybody's time. And then when I tried to record again, and the whole my whole house lost power for like the whole evening, it just felt really bad. I'm very glad I managed to get to this. Thanks, Emily, for reaching out to us again. Hope to hear from you in the future, and thanks to the dev team for giving us a chance to play this early. I know it was I don't know if it was, but thanks for giving us a chance to play a demo anyway. Hopefully this video does you well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.